Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome once again to our weekly podcast, brought to you by Speak to Serve. Nindi Mukhtar speaking as always. Allow me to first start with a short review of our last episode, Readiness to Look Like a Fool, where we talked about doing whatever it takes to achieve our dreams. Today, I want to ask each and everyone listening for today's podcast, how big is your dream? Is it big like a 500 pounds lion? Is it big like a universe? And how long is your timeline? Is it 10 days, 10 months, 10 years, or 100 years? Once a wise man said, the bigger the dream, the longer the timeline. That's very absolutely true. If your dream is eternity, then your timeline should exceed your personal life, said by the writer of Chase the Lion. By now, I want us to talk about 100 years dream or a legendary dream. Over 200,000 years of existence of humanity, every single legend in this world, his eyes, there is always a sight of the third and the fourth generation ahead of them. In the late 1780s, at the border of Long Island, George Washington reminded his troops that the war against the Redcoats wasn't about the freedom of the first generation. It was the fate of the unborn millions of young and old Americans in the fourth and the fifth generation to come. Same applies to the 13th Amendment of Abraham Lincoln, which could abolish slavery, where he said that the abolition of slavery by the constitutional provision settles the fate for all time, not only for the millions now in bondage, but the unborn millions to come. Most of us are mistaken that a legendary dream or 100 years dream is a dream for some people. We should change our perspectives and dream for the third, fourth, and the fifth generation. One generation dream is selfishness and short-sightedness. It's like enjoying the fruits of our ancestors but refusing to plant seeds for the next generations after. Laters adopt the dream of Harriet Tubman in the fourth or the fifth generation who will yield thousands and thousands of Martin Luther King Jr. The philosophy behind dreaming big is to accept that it's not about us, it's about them. That it's not about now, it's about forever. And if you desire to dream big, please listen to this short message.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
And this short poem, I dream to be known like the Nun of Calcutta, so independent like Martin Luther King Jr., so free like Nelson Mandela, so blessed like Mark Twain, so generous like Mahatma Gandhi, so glamorous like Princess Diana, so passionate like Che, so influential like Les Brown, so peaceful like Malala Yousafzai. Legacy is what you leave in someone. Inheritance is what you leave for someone. Planning for a small dream is like planting a maize seed, but planning for a huge or big dream is like planting an oak seed. The shorter it takes the maize seed to germinate is the same period it will take for it to fade away. The longer it takes for the oak seed to germinate is proportional to its productivity and its yield.